Order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Hines? Everyone, if you could stand or...
Heavenly Father, we honor and appreciate you. Glorify your name. Be here with us in this meeting. Bless this council with understanding, wisdom, and knowledge from you. We ask protection and guidance for all the city and emergency workers. We ask for peace upon our city. Our Father, which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses. Forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Al, do you have any additions or corrections?
Nope.
Okay. Scott, you had one.
Yeah, it's under the fire department, you got it there? You can put it wherever you want, it's,
Under F, new business. Approve, discuss, approve. Turn gear.
I have nothing else.
Yeah, then I just need a motion to approve the additions to the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right, treasurer's report.
For the month of September, we have a beginning balance of $903,835.03. Receipts of $14,155.98. Disbursements of $304,305.70. Leaving an ending balance of $613,685.31.
All right, any questions for the treasurer? All right. Thanks, Joan. All right. School. Welcome. It's all yours.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep. I'll get all the way.
Councilman, Clerk Joan, and all those present tonight, thank you for having me here tonight. My name is Pat Devine. I'm the new school superintendent. I'm here to talk a little bit about something that once I became superintendent, I found out about, that we'd be going out for a referendum. After hearing a little bit about it, I understand why, but tonight I want to kind of go through the facts. My goal this fall is to get out to as many places as I can to let everybody have a chance to ask the questions that they might have about this and why we're doing it, how it came about, all those kind of things. But to start it out with, I'm just going to start a video that's 3 minutes long that really kind of tells the whole story. Then I'll come back through a PowerPoint.
Princeton Public Schools is where Tigers earn their stripes through hard work, determination, and resiliency. Having Tiger Pride means all students are supported on their educational path to career and college readiness. Modernizing our facilities to match this commitment has been a discussion in the district for several years. After the 2021 election, a task force was formed. Their job? To work with residents to align priorities and make recommendations that address the most urgent needs. Based on those findings, the school board voted unanimously to ask voters to consider a one-ballot question on Tuesday, November 4th. If approved, a $49.14 million building bond would replace and modernize career and technical spaces, renovate outdated classrooms, address overcrowding, and update infrastructure. A $750,000 tech levy would fund essential classroom technology, support devices, software and infrastructure, and provide training. The tax impact on an average priced home of $350,000 would be about $15 per month. That school community investment would bring similar modernized spaces like this to Princeton Public Schools, allowing real-world student learning with industry-standard equipment in classrooms that meet safety and accessibility requirements. Some of our career academies are located in pole sheds built in 1970. It was supposed to be a temporary solution. 55 years later, students and staff make it work even though they're rubbing elbows in outdated and undersized spaces. This puts limits on a lot of learning, including the size and type of construction projects that can be done. Other school districts can offer a different level of career readiness simply because of their facilities. Learning environments where graduates walk out of the classroom and directly into a job equipped with the skills and experience needed for success. The decision is in the hands of district residents. Early in-person and absentee voting begin on September 19th. Election is Tuesday, November 4th. Go to our website to learn more. That's where you can find a tax calculator to determine the tax impact based on the value of your home. Find a community meeting to attend. Send us an email or call us. We want to answer your questions about this referendum. At Princeton Public Schools, we are roaring forward with a proud past and bold future.
So that kind of summarizes where we're at with the referendum, but before I get into the PowerPoint, I want to introduce or have them introduce themselves. Some are here tonight that had a lot to do with doing the study and figuring out if we need to go off a referendum. I don't know if Deb, you want to start back there?
My name is Deb Alm. I'm on the school board and lived in Baldwin Township for 40 years. I also live in Baldwin.
I'm Jen Super, and I also am on the school board and live in Baldwin.
And Sue, you wait? Okay. Yep, she'll introduce later, but she had a lot to do with the task force. So if we're back on our slideshow, Joan, if you want to take me through the slides, I'll kind of explain a little bit of each one. I don't want to go through the budget, no.
Okay.
So, there's a little bit of our commitment to every student. One of the things I found out when I moved, and I started my job on July 2nd in the school district, and I closed on our house on July 2nd. Live in Princeton now, and I get around a lot to community, and I'm a very open person. I want everybody to have access to ask me questions, so I'll introduce myself. Hi, I'm Pat Devine, I'm the new superintendent. And the response I get from the majority of the people are, oh, that's a really good school system. Oh, the kids are great. Oh, the staff is really great up there. There's a lot of pride in Princeton schools, and there's a big commitment to kids. And I see it from what's happening in the schools. I see it from the community side. I see it from the kids doing well. So it's a commitment to our kids. And we've started to do some academies that help our kids find where they want to go in their journey of life. But our facilities don't match those academies that we're putting together. And I'll explain that a little bit later. Go ahead, Joan. The community, like I said, is a very supportive community that I see for schools. But it's also, as we've found in this task force, and then as I've learned more about the community, tell me what you need. Don't tell me what you want, tell me what you need. And when the school district said, do we need a new middle school? The community said, yeah, you're right, we do need that. And we have a new middle school, and that was 1998. In 2014, the old primary was getting really dilapidated. And they said, yeah, we see it, that's a need. That came through. The 21 election came, and it was, well, you're also throwing in a field house and a turf field. That sounds like a want, not a need. So I think the task force figured that out when they went out. They said, hold on, stay to the needs. And we can keep going here, Joan. So the task force was formed after the 21 election, and what was determined through a lot of community meetings, a lot of surveys, was a few things came out. One, no fluff, stay to the needs, and stay with academics. And two, keep it at $17 or less for an average priced home. And when they brought that to the board approved it to say, yeah, let's go out for a referendum when we stay in that pocket, if you will. We can go next one, Joan. So understanding our needs. I talked a little bit about the academies. Our curriculum is evolving to match what the kids need when they go out into the real world, but our facilities don't match it. We have, our industrial tech area is probably the biggest eyesore for that. We have an industrial tech area that would not look like any industry shop if they went out to work right away. They don't have the equipment, they don't have the space, they don't have the cleanliness, none of it looks the same. But it's true with some of our other academies. So that's why we need to really look at our spaces that we have. We can go to the next one. So I talked a little bit about the shops or industrial tech area. You know, these are a 55-year-old building. There was a pole barn that was put up that was supposed to be temporary, and it's still the same one they use. You saw in the video kind of where the cars were when they're welding. There's asbestos walls, poor lighting, and poor exhaust fans in there. It's well overdue, and it doesn't meet any kind of industry standard. You can keep going. Our CNA program, we have a lot of kids that want to get into that. They sign up, they're on the wait list, but we don't have facilities for that. We don't have room for that anywhere, and we don't have the equipment for it. So we have to send them to Malacca schools. They have to drive themselves, and we can only send 5 per try because that's all they'll allow us to do. So we have the need from the kids, but we don't have the facilities to match it. I don't know if it's the British Bake Off or what has caused kids to want to get into culinary, but boy, they want to be chefs. They really want to get into it. But in our kitchens, I call it the old home ec kitchens. They're still using the stoves from, you know, probably the 70s to the 80s. Looks like what you probably have in your house, or maybe even older than that. So they don't get a look of what a professional kitchen would look like. And we have, again, a lot of kids wanting to go on that path of our academies. The classrooms, I found this really interesting when I came here. When the high school was built in the 60s, 60 years ago, there was about 120 kids that graduated in a graduating class. Now it's about 250, more than double. And when those classrooms were built, they built the square footage for smaller size classrooms. They fit about 18 to 20. Well, we're putting about 30 to 35 in the classroom. And so what happens is, if you look at that, where there's desks are, they have to put 2 rows of 2, and another 2 rows of 2. Kids are sitting like this next to the guy right next to them the whole hour, 45 minutes. I can't imagine somebody, me against somebody small, they'd probably think, well, you're not giving me enough room. But that happens in our classroom almost every hour because the classrooms were built for a smaller size population. So that would need to be remodeled. And if you look way over to that poster board, that's the light orange area that would be redoing the classrooms. The bright orange would be redoing, making new spaces, and the bottom left is actually where the industrial tech would be. The other one I thought was interesting, and that one is the chemistry teacher says, I only have 1 exhaust fan for my chemistry labs. So we have to take turns to go up and actually do the chemistry experiment before the next one can do it, then the next one. So it takes like a whole period that usually could take maybe 10 minutes for everybody to do it. We can go ahead, Joan. The infrastructure, the stairwells are tight, they're small. Now we have twice as many kids passing those hallways, and it gets really tight in there. And the one that's really amazing is we still have the original boiler. It's 1964 boiler. It's been welded on, it's been patched, it's been treated, tried to keep alive for this long. I was talking to some teachers today, and they said, yeah, you should be there in the wintertime. It's either deathly hot or deathly cold in the classroom because that thing can't balance the airflow in there. So we definitely do the boiler. There's also, the middle school is actually just pushing a little over 25 years old, so the roof is up for getting renewed. So we would have that in this building bond also. Thank you, Joan. Classroom technology, so we said there's a tech levy on this. So the tech levy part, what that does is take care of all of our tech, both devices, the infrastructure, the software. It takes care of our budget for the tech. And right now, we're at a kind of a tipping point with that because our tech budget is hitting a cliff, if you will. Without it, it's gonna hit our operating costs. So this would really help fill that gap, and then it would give us operating money to do other things in the classroom. And so then back to why does this matter? We talked about the academies. You know, we have academies for kids to go into their interests so that they can go out in the world. What's really cool is 50% of our kids want to get in some kind of apprenticeship. They want to get their certifications in some kind of, whether it's welding or woodworking or wiring or whatever, and go out and work right away. So not only does this take care of kids, it takes care of our community, because those are the kids that want to stay here, work here, and get out of high school and know what it's like to work in an industry standard space. So that makes this referendum even more important. If you ever get asked what's a bond, what's a levy, the quick answer is bond is for buildings. So when you build something, when you make a structure, when you it's like taking a house loan, when you build a house, that's a bond. A levy is more like your operating budget of your household, and it's our operating budget. It's a levies for learning, bonds are for building. So what is the ask? The ask is a $49.14 million building bond that would take care of all that infrastructure we talked about around the high school. It would take care of the boiler, and it would take care of the roof in the middle school. The $750,000 on the tech levy, that's a 10-year levy. The bond's a 20-year, if you will, house loan. And so the 10-year levy would take care of all of our tech needs for them. And we can go to the next one. And so what's the tax impact? If you put those two together, the tax impact is still under what the task force found as the threshold that people would say, okay, if you kept it 17 or under, we see that that's something that we could support. And it's at 15. And beyond that 15, it's interesting because there's a bunch of other, whether they're rebates or discounts on taxation. And we have that on our website if you ever want to go look and see if you qualify. I just found this out just in the last week because I was talking to our finance people, and they said that if you're at $139,000 a year or less in your family household, that you would be qualified for about a 50% rebate from your tax of this. So there's ways of people not having to pay even the 15. And you can find yours by going to the website too. If it's approved, we'll remodel all those spaces. We'll stage it out. The construction guys tell us that it's going to take until the fall of '28 to finish it. But we're actually having class while that's going on. So, you're going to have to take a section here, do that, and then a section there, and then do that. And we're going to have to keep trading around as the school goes around. So it'll take us 3 years. Probably the first 6 months will just be hiring the right people, getting the design, having all the teachers in the community determine the design, and then you start building. And then if it does not pass, we'll go to the next one. We're still in those spaces. Those spaces, they don't go away. Those walls aren't going to get bigger on their own. And, the Industrial Tech 1970 buildings don't get better on their own. So I get a little concerned that's coming into it. When I first walked in, I saw asbestos walls, bad lighting, bad exhaust. Is somebody from the state going to come in sometimes and say, you're done, you can't offer this program anymore? I mean, it just makes me nervous a little bit with that. But, the other one that I get concerned about, some of these pictures when you look on the bottom and it's in the video of the industry ones, those are local schools around us. So do kids say, you know what, I want to be in a real welding shop or a real wood shop. I'm going to open and roll out, and then all of a sudden we start having less students here. Less students mean less money. So, what happens if it doesn't pass? We keep doing the same, and that is pretty hard to hang on and keep doing for much longer. And I know that I was told, we will be coming back again if this one doesn't pass, and again if that doesn't, because the facilities aren't going away. The kids are there, they want to learn, we need the spaces. So we want you to make sure you have your voice heard. We actually started open voting, early voting last Monday, or not Monday, but Friday. So we've had 2 days of early voting already. You can go to the district center between 8 and 4 and go there. If you follow some of our activities, we have 2 nights, we'll have early voting actually at the high school from 3:30 to 7:30. One's October 7th, one's October 2nd, and October 7th. And those 2 are designed because we have some really good competitions that night in the gym. So if you want to come in early and vote, you can. And then we do want to make sure that you get more than just us school people talking to you. So if you want to talk to the construction engineers, the architects, the finance people for how we finance this and the bond and the levy, those experts are going to be here on Wednesday in the afternoon at the Princeton City Hall in the boardroom, and they'll be there from 10:30 to 1:30 to answer any questions. And then they're also going to be there at the high school on October 2nd from 4:30 to 7:30. So we have opportunities for you to ask those specific questions of them. But as you can see, we have 2 voting locations, Princeton Depot, but more importantly, the Baldwin Town Hall, which we have here, right? And one of the things I thought was cool, but I thought was also amazing when I came to this job, I find out that our largest population group is Baldwin. Right? This is where the largest group of voters for our school district come from is Baldwin. And I haven't done the demographics on students, it's probably the same, I would imagine. We have the largest demographic of students.
I think it's about 60-65%.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And I know Scott and I were talking earlier. I said, when first I got here, I said, how does anybody know that we serve the community of Baldwin? I don't see it on any of our literature. And somebody said, well, what do you mean? I said, on every piece of our literature moving forward, I wanted to say, Princeton Public Schools serves the communities of, and list Baldwin and the other townships, because I think that's important, that everybody knows that we're all one, even though it's called Princeton. It reminds me a lot of kind of the Wayzata school district. There's only about 25% of that school district actually are from Wayzata. Most of them are in Plymouth, they're in Maple Grove, they're in all these other communities, but they're called Wayzata, right? So I think Baldwin needs to get its recognition in our school district, and so that's why I want to make sure that was on there. So stay connected, ask us questions, do any way you want. Tonight you get an opportunity to ask a lot of us in the room some questions. Maybe go up 1 or 2. Let's go one more. No, same direction you're going. Otherwise, Joe, and I have some extra ones at the end. There's the question one. We can keep going. So that's got the same as that poster. Let's go 2 more. I think it is. There's a picture of that shop again. This one I kind of like because it shows the industry standards. But yeah, so and then there's just a bunch of other videos I could show, but we don't have all night. All right, so I'm going to put it out to the room now. How about questions from you? Tell me what kind of things you're looking at and wondering about.
Okay, so I was on the State of Minnesota website, and I was looking at the attendance at Princeton schools, and I thought I saw 60-something% attendance rate for the kids that are going to school right now. And I'm not seeing the scores being very, as I would think they should be.
Earth-shattering, yeah.
Right. So do you know what the attendance rate is for the schools?
I don't have that stat right in front of me, but I can get to, but maybe one of the board members might have a little better idea, but that sounds
like it's only the people in Baldwin are going to.
Yeah, it sounds really low to me. I can't imagine that we're at 60-something.
As a board, if we had attendance.
So you know what the attendance rate is
I
then?
don't, but
Okay.
I'm sure.
There you go.
it's 60.
There you go, right there. So
Well,
what are the scores then?
The scores I know is on our radar, because I know it's been on the board on the radar too. And I know that when I came here, it's like, okay, we need to see where we're at with scores. Are we devastating scores? No, but are we where we need to be? No. We're not. Right? They're moving in the right direction, but not fast enough. Sounds like they bought new curriculum for reading, and now we're doing a new one for math to help change that. So hopefully that will help. So we'll see if that corrective action works. The attendance one does kind of concern me though, so I definitely want to get a handle on that one.
I was on the state of Minnesota website, so.
Yeah.
I thought it was alarming too. I thought Princeton was doing better than that,
Yeah,
so.
well, some of you have had kids in here. I don't know if you,
Yeah,
they-
yeah.
yeah,
So concepts I like, I think we need, not everybody's going to a 4 year
right.
college, and we need more.
The trades and
Trades.
vocational, yeah.
I like the concept of some of the trades, especially the automotive, the
Yeah.
medical, and I see that. You have that $15 a month. You don't get taxed on our property monthly. It's a
Right,
yearly thing, so it's on that, it would be 180.
right.
I think you should
State that it's
$180 per year,
Yeah,
just so people understand that. 'Cause
Right.
Some people go $15, well, it's
180 a year,
It's on
yeah.
a $350,000 home. Frankly, a lot of houses in Baldwin are actually gonna be higher than that.
is there, yep,
Just to be aware, so everybody's aware.
I appreciate that, Scott.
Conceptually, there's some things I like. That's a big cost though. And, absolutely, on the, I do have, is the, strength and fitness training and concession stand, is that part, I mean, it's getting kind of
Yeah.
slow as the technology thing, but that's not really a technology.
So what they tell me is that's a box. And they said we get to put in that box what we think's best for our academies. So one of the things that fitness, they're talking about those that are going into just any kind of fitness training, we'd have some kind of fitness classrooms for that. Actually, if I was doing it, the CNA would go right next to it then, So they said that's a conceptual idea that they just threw up for the map, and those two boxes, I'd call them, to the left, those are just kind of placeholders. Somebody has a question today. I've been going out and doing presentation. I thought it was a great question. When the light orange gets all torn apart and resized to the right spot, well, you're gonna run out of classrooms in, because right now we have more classes because they're smaller.
Right.
If I'm helping design, I'm gonna say, well, those two orange boxes are going into classrooms that we're losing on the other end. It's the other part that gets a little on the fluffy side, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think we need to take care of our classrooms first. Our concession part, I think the thing that is kind of misleading on that one, it's really meant to be more of our business classroom, that they use our concession stand as a real life store, if you will, and they sell Princeton merchandise. They have to figure out who their vendors are, how much they're gonna sell, what's gonna cost. So it's actually a learning.
Learning how to make change.
Yeah, and learn how to make change. We don't have too many to do that anymore.
Well, that's kind of the problem, everybody's card swiped and don't know how to make change.
What about this crap where you gotta go online to get a football ticket to go to the game?
Yeah. And
I
that's,
was saying, my child didn't have a smartphone when she was in 8th grade, and that was a traumatic thing to get that ticket to go to that game.
and I don't know where that came in. It's actually something I think a lot of the.
Stupid, it should go away.
A lot of the conferences, I think, have done it, because I got stuck in an old school same way. I went in to pay cash and they go, oh, we take no cash. And I was going to a away game and I was like, okay, I'm super.
Well, you couldn't even give them a card. You had to do it on an app, and
Yeah. Go ahead.
So Pat, I was on the committee back in 2021, and I was on this recent committee. I just didn't have the time. I sat with House representatives and our Senate on there. And I do encourage you, the public, to go look at the schools. Built 1969. I went on the tour. I seen the HVAC system, wrestling room, the locker rooms. It's the technology room. It's not lying there. I've seen it all there. So, just check it out on this, my opinion on it. And also on the sports, I mean, I was on there when the turf.
Yeah,
The
the field house.
yeah, it was a little carried away, but I think back in 2014, the referendum was a little over 30. All right. For the sports apps, everybody's doing that. Apps, all the schools, letting you know.
Yeah, I think it's more of a conference
I don't
thing,
like
and
it
local
either. I'm a
control on that
cash
one. Yeah.
But
'Cause I've ran into that at other schools, and quite honest, Jeff, I didn't like it either.
But I mean,
Frustrating.
I've sat on the committees and I haven't gone to as many meetings. The breakfast one we had. So I did sit on that, so I do encourage, if you have questions. A lot of this is, you got to see it to believe it.
Yeah, it is one of those. I was shocked when I went through it the first time. I'd say if you have time on October 2nd, we'll have tours. You can walk through from 3:30 to 7:30 that night. We're going to be showing.
Cooper, you had your hand in the back.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Okay.
Thank you. I am a culinary teacher in Elk River, and so I've worked with Princeton teachers, highly motivated to increase their program. They are outstanding, are just on fire. Another thing you might want to point out is that, and my son graduated from Princeton and is a welder from the welding program, so I can speak to both of those. Culinary, the restaurant industry, #1 in the nation. So for our community not to jump in on that, but it is a lot of students, in fact, graduate high school, go into the restaurant business and work for hotel restaurant business. So, I mean, be able to get their certifications, serve safe handling, right in. Even if they go to college, they can get their do work study by having those certificates. Welder, he is one of the top welders. Really has a big thing.
I appreciate the comment on that, and you're right. The kids are motivated, and we have great kids. Kids get through what we have, and to Tom's point, come take a look, because I'm still amazed. Your kid a great welder, and and the kids that want CNA, and the kids that want culinary, they're doing it. They're making it work. But our facilities don't match the passion and the curriculum that we have right now. I don't know. When I came here, I was like, would I go into a doctor's office that hadn't changed since 1965 and feel good about having a doctor look at me with the same equipment and everything? Probably not, right? But we're doing that. I mean, we're doing that with our kids, and they make it work. They're darn good kids, great teachers, and they're making it happen.
My question is, the structure itself, provide better facilities, but academic understanding and direction still lacking. Look at the academic side, is there a type of curriculum that checkbook deal with reading? Because you can make the best facility possible, but if they're not projected for job, quite to throw the money.
You bring up a great point, and I haven't got into the details of our curriculum, but that's, once we get past November 4th, I can get in there a little closer. But I know one of the things that I've been involved with in other schools that I've been at, those life skills you were just talking about, balance checkbook, doing those, knowing how to check your oil and change your tire, some of those just life skills that in emergency, what do you do? there was in the last school I was at, we had what was called senior seminar. Every senior had to take it, and they had a 6-week course on all these different things that, how to make change, who would you think everybody would know how to do, how to write a checkbook, or, you know, not that they write checks anymore, but anyway.
But structural work understanding. Avenue, because I work with a lot of individuals.
Yeah,
How they
the soft skills, yeah,
to softly go to school whenever they choose they want.
I know. And COVID didn't help us with that. Kids thought they had an option to go to school. But hopefully, we're turning that around, right? But you're right. The modern worker right now kind of has a different view than many of us in this room, you know, that show up to work.
There in school.
What's that?
It's taught in schools.
Yeah.
Because the parent turns the cheap child into the school system, and the school systems are moms, their dads, and their ABCs all the way through. Yep, you can have a facility. Yep, you can have that. You're still going to have those other skills that need to be further taught there. It's assumption that kids going to
No.
school. Have a teacher that takes that kid from kindergarten all the way through. I appreciate the quality needs to be improved 100%. I'm one of those. Academics has to be looked at.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. Academics have to be equal, right? I mean, you have, we talked about the academies that we have, but if those are just by name and not by what you're creating, then why are they there? High academics have to follow.
I know Scott had a question, and Bruce, and then I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hey, you got a full meeting yet to do yet.
Oh, yeah, and I'm like Chris Burton.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
He's got a question too.
Well, this is,
Let's get it out.
Yep. Go ahead. Bruce, you wanna go?
Yep, I'll make mine quick. Typically, you'll see bond issue and the levy separate. Why one ballot? Why didn't you have one for the bond and one for the tech levy?
There was,
Two questions.
I was at the meeting, I wasn't a superintendent yet, but I went up to see how the discussion went, and there was 3 different points that were being brought up, and one was the bond, one was the tech levy, and one was an operating levy. Even have as a 3rd question. The more the discussion came, it was like, both are so important, we didn't want to have a throw-out question, if you will. Okay, I'll give you this one, but I'm not giving you that one. Both of them are so highly important because we're at the cliff of the funding for our tech, and then we're also at a facility that needs to be. That's how they got combined.
I got a question on my taxes. I've been paying for a voter approved levy for, when's that one gonna get paid off? And then you got another local levy. When are these other ones get ever paid off?
So it sounds like, and I'll turn that over to Michelle, our finance director, on this, but my understanding is the primary school is still on the books. So that was what was it, 2014? Yeah. Bond. So I imagine that was a 20-year bond, so that would be 34. So that wouldn't be coming off of that one. The levy, there's probably not a voter approved levy, but there's levy authority that every district gets. And that's probably what you're seeing on that.
I'm paying almost $1,400 now. Voter out and reassess township. Getting where a person.
So is that just through your school side of it, it's 1,400? Or is that everything?
Yeah, there's a voter approved and other local levy for school.
And I know that, I think I had a conversation with a gentleman before about, none of us like taxes. I don't want my taxes going up either. That's kind of where a little bit we're at, and this is the only time you can say no. The rest is whether it's the county, the city, the state, they can raise your taxes whenever they like when they need to put something up. And that's why they have buildings that don't look 65, 70 years old. But I will say this, that a realtor told me once when I was doing a referendum, he said, if you want your home values to stay where they're at, you have to have solid schools. If your schools start to deteriorate, so does your home values. And someday, somebody's gonna wanna sell their home, and if it's not where they thought it should be, it's not gonna be 180 a month, 180 a year, it's gonna be thousands less. But the school deteriorate. And that's a kind of a common for common knowledge for realtors. They'll tell you, any realtor will tell you, if you don't have a strong school, your home values don't stay strong.
Okay, Ray, Scott, I'll let Scott and Jeff, you had a question, correct?
Go,
Why don't
Scott.
you two finish up and then we can.
Just a quick question, have you looked at, so you've got different areas that you're going into, welding, the
Yep.
automotive. Have you looked at what the starting salaries for kids that are coming out? Areas, and that, the one concern I have is we're teaching kids skills that they're going out and they're making 50. That's not a good investment. So certainly, I know the welding, they're going out, they're making good money. So this is.
I only know snapshots. I haven't done it in details, Scott, but I just know the snapshots. When I go to places, I get my oil change. I say, what do you, you pay your mechanics here? And if you go to a 2-year trade, and they come out 2-year trade school and they're making between 60 and 70,000. It's like, okay, that's a nice wage right away for a kid on tour, So I think that trade, to my understanding, the electricians, the plumbers, the auto mechanics, the welders, all those guys are coming out, and they're starting a pretty good lifestyle right away.
And those certainly are. I just want to make sure, we've got the other healthcare and the.
Sure.
What,
Yeah, CNAs and the.
And what are they actually making out? Is this I was a paramedic for 23 years.
Right.
You started out, well, you didn't make it.
Right.
You burned out right away. Quite honestly, it's something to look at least.
Yeah. And I will say one thing about it that I'm really impressed with that 50% number that we say if students want to get into that, is that I came from Waconia, and Waconia was pushing 4-year college down everybody's throat. And it was just like, you have to. And then when I came, I started changing that mentality. I said, we can't have the pendulum all the way here. There's kids that should be going out and getting, 2-year degrees and going into the workforce. And so I feel like here, this community, to me, matches me more. It's hard labor, it's salty earth kind of people. They work hard and they make sure that they take care of their money and they take care of their kids. And that's what I see happening here. And so I think that these kids coming out into this workforce, we give them an opportunity to go there and say, hey, go out for 4 years, get a bunch of debt, and then come back and be an auto mechanic, because that's what I was seeing at the last school, and I didn't like that at all.
Jeff, Waconia, good basketball program, by the way.
Okay, so a little trip back in history, and Deb, you were around, so maybe you could help me with this. 25 years ago, Mary Ann Stranley took a number out of a hat to build a new high school. What was it, like 60 million? And she called around, she called districts, said, what did it cost? What was that referendum that failed? How much was that?
That referendum was for.
No, she was looking at building a high school. She was even looking at buying land for 20 grand an acre on the north of the town. You know all that?
We did buy it.
No, there was other land past the primary school. However, anyways, at that time, for about somewhere around 60 million, we were looking at getting a whole new high school. Now we're just patching up an old building for 49 million.
It's interesting, Jeff. We asked.
So I got to ask, what does a new high school cost now from what it was before? Because I want the comparison of what I'm putting money into.
I was just in Owatonna High School, and they did build it during COVID, but today, 4 years later, would cost them $180 million to build the school that they built 4 years ago.
Okay.
And that's what our construction people said, it'd be at least 150 to build a new one, a new high school.
That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, so it's either,
I had to see the A and B.
It's like
here.
it was a new high school, and if you talk to some people in the community, they'll say, yeah, this is an old decrepit building, why are we remodeling it? Let's tear it down, build new. Well, that's 150 million.
And then I want to make another point here, and that is property values. It's not very hard to figure out that with the look at the sales history and look at the property values, are higher out in Baldwin. What does that equate to? That means that the Baldwin taxpayers brunt a heavier load of these referendums. So that means that there's folks that are in other communities with lower values. That gap has maybe changed a little bit, but for a long time, the median house price in Princeton was pretty darn low. 20 years ago, it was probably like $65,000 or something. Now it's finally climbed. Most of them are over 100 now. But what I'm saying is the load comes out here, then that makes basically free riders. So when they go vote yes up in Princeton, the city up there, it's really a vote yes for this to be straddled to the back of the Baldwin taxpayer. And I mean, right now, I'm currently about $1,200 on my property taxes for one property, just going to schools, and 3 out of my 4 children are homeschooled. And somehow the oldest one broke out and now at the high school, but whatever.
I think to your point, Jeff, and there's a lot of truth in that, but to everybody, and you look at it, whether it's in the nation, in the state, in the town, in your township, in your cities, in your school districts, your value of your what you possess is taxed that way. So yes, Baldwin has better, higher quality properties. That's true, but those people that came here knew that coming in.
Wow, hold on now. I'm like 6th generation here. I really wish that Baldwin would have been a rural preserve like Haven, Palmer, and Santiago. They might as well went across the whole grid. But because we were on the 169 corridor and there were some commissioners 35, 40 years ago that decided we needed to go into cluster plats and 2.5 acre developments. Hey, I could name every farmer on the other side of the highway. I knew everybody that drove by, and 38 was gravel in front of my parents' place when I was a kid. And 100th Street that we're looking at reconstruct was pretty much a rabbit trail on one end of it with a spur. It was an old spur.
And every one of those farmers did okay on their selling those lots.
Well, they suffered in this blow sand out. So they had to make retirement something.
Tom, if I could, one more person wanted to introduce here in our group.
Okay, yep.
Hi, I'll just take a couple of seconds. I'm Sue Van Hieser. I am a former teacher of Princeton High School, retired 37 years. I was a fax teacher. I've lived here, raised my kids here, but I'm also a former board member. So I am invested in this project, and I've been invested in I don't want to take any more time, but to tell you that I'm going to vote yes because someone voted yes for my kids. We have a swimming pool. Saved 1 million lives with lessons. We wouldn't have had that if someone didn't. And junior high, at the time that the middle school were in there, that's now Crystal Court, someone voted yes, so we could have that beautiful move kids out of that building. And I believe this is going to drive, provide our community with a showcase. And schools belong to us, they're us. And they are what draw people here. And what you see if you go look, if I looked in that high school, and I had a chance to look in, I just came from Cambridge, we've fallen behind. So I'm going to vote yes. My kids have. Your kids will have a facility. Someone voted yes. So thanks.
All right. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, school board and citizens. No further questions. We're going to carry on.
Carry on. You got a meeting to fix that.
Good comments, good information. Thanks.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Pat.
Thanks,
Scott.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
Voting started
You
before
should
they
be
did
fair, because the whole
foundation
time I work on the
live.
board, I try to
How many you got me searching
work
for?
down at the legislature.
Yeah, I thought it was better than that myself.
You can have this in Hopkins for
Whatever, you got a hard.
because of their tax.
Tax things together.
But we can fix that.
Right. Do we have do we have any, public comment requests? None? Okay.
That doesn't.
Have approval of the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Got one correction on it?
What-
Okay, there is one correction on the 18th.
Oh, there is?
Yep, so I did talk to Joan, so it was 278th was not to be, that was the culvert area. 285th was the road, Christie Miller's Road. So I just want to make that correction. So I have a motion. Al, you look like you want to second it. All right. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right. Frontier Trails, since Mayor's not here, he's a liaison. I know there's a scheduled budget, certify the delinquent community there for that. I'd like to schedule that, table that, excuse me, to October 20th meeting. Schedule it. To October 20th. Yes. Okay, no one.
I'll make a motion to table
thank
it.
you.
I know you were
Thank you,
looking for
Scott.
that, but I was hoping for.
I'll second
All right, thank you. All right, I'll make a motion to table it to October 20th, Mevo. Move the schedule me, excuse me, to October 20th. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Update here. All right, so this is from Mike Gwynn, who's retired now. We are over limit for TN. The AVEC Tex units need a deep cleaning, but the council said to wait for the new company to do that, which is NSU. So other than that, things look good. Mike, as you know, has served as our septic compliance person for 3.5 years. He's wished everyone the best. Mike? Are they here on here or just, I can't, these are, I mean, my eyes are bad. Okay. So, revenue brought in, a negative? Oh, positive right there. $5,673.42. And expenditures, $7,515.13 on that. And for letter B under Frontier Trails, we have, I'd like to table this because I know Jay is talking with NSU on this one for the proposal for some cleaning there. So can we schedule this to the October 6th meeting then for this one?
I'll make a motion to table it till the October 6th meeting.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Al. So I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. And just so you know, NSU is taking over now for Mike Gwynn. So that's why Jay needs to talk to that. Road report. Everyone got their Public Works road report here. You can see the Frontier Trails up there on this, what they did there. Parks, Young Park. If you go out there, Goose Lake and Young Park got paved. Looks really nice out there. We did the additions. That was one of the main park goals out there for the park committee this year. We're looking at adding a few parking light quotes there as well. What else? And you can look how much they've patched for the roads, 44.78 tons. Also, 285th West Elk Lake Road, that was completed. So go take a look. It looks very nice. A couple of the residents have emailed and said it turned out good with that curb and gutter down there and that being double chip sealed. 278th was done. Crack sealing, if you guys see all the emails, we're still trying to do corrective action on some of the things for the crack sealing project there, so that's been a little bit challenging us for working with the vendor on that. The business district has been done, so Aztec will be micro-surfacing that. And then Hoyt Construction will be starting the soil water conservation. We're just, I think that's getting finalized. One thing in the contract with the bid bond, so that will be done. Anything for Public Works? Okay. Letter B, discuss culvert maintenance. I'm not gonna take too much time on this. I think we can discuss this at the road workshop tomorrow when we have our engineers, but basically, we've have old culverts that, we don't have any, that have been there a while. They need to be cleaned. We don't have any, like, cleaning, the jet, cleaning those out, so I think we can discuss that. Is that what the purpose of that is, Zach, correct? On those older ones?
Yes, we kind of need to develop a process of servicing these culverts.
Okay, so we can discuss that with our engineers tomorrow, but just wanted to give you an update on that. Brought to our attention by a few culverts we had. Letter C, discuss, approve, disapprove resident request for 10-mile speed limit and children at play sign on 100th Street by Sandy Lake. Zach, I think you checked this area out.
Yes, to give a little bit of context to back up what we're seeing here, as you're traveling north down 100th towards 5-mile-an-hour road, unmarked, just on this road. Pretty quickly, there is no additional speed. Because there is a transition from the rural road and residential setting.
You're also requesting children at play. You can take the one right in front of my house. It doesn't, in my opinion. Yep. So, but, correct me if I'm wrong, for the 10-mile-an-hour speed limit, that would have to be, isn't that?
Well, 10 is not a legal speed.
That's pretty slow.
Well, it's not recognized by the state.
Correct, that's what.
So it's not enforceable. It's just a warm fuzzy feeling sign.
What's the enforceable speed limit recognized by the state? 20 or 30?
25? Yeah.
I think we could do that. I mean, get that up. At least that would tell people to slow down right now.
Where's Bob? Are we required to have a speed study before posting the sign?
I believe now that you're a city, you don't need to.
No.
Now that we're a city, we don't. Township, we did.
No.
Is that true, Joan? Okay.
Isn't there another 10-mile-an-hour speed limit in that area also?
Yes, as you come up to the top of the hill, there is a right corner. I would say it's about 500 to 700 feet prior to that. As you feel like that would probably be.
I think an enforceable speed limit is what we should have. So I have no problem, going to put a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit in that area there, because those are narrow roads, and it's a kind of a cluster back in there. So I see no reason that 25 wouldn't be appropriate.
You could take the children at play sign in front of
If I could add possibly a friendly to this blind intersection as you come up. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar, but as you come north on 100th, it meanders to the right. There's some vegetation that's been obstruction. Perhaps we want to
The vegetation in the right of way? If they're going 25 and they're coming up to that, and you're talking right away where it splits off the residential and it goes to the right there. If they slow down to 25, they should be able to see what's coming to the right there unless they're going like crazy, and they would ignore the other signs anyway. I just think I would make a motion to put a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit sign in.
And children at play?
And,
From my-
and we could add the children at play, that's fine. I'm not gonna say from you.
Okay. On there.
You can add the children at play.
A second, Jeff?
I'll second.
Second roads guy over there.
Okay, so I have a motion, I have a second to put a 25-mile-an-hour speed sign in children at play. All those in favor, so by saying aye? Aye.
There was some other discussion. Didn't give me a chance to.
Oh,
get a word in.
okay.
That is, I don't think you could just run out there and put a sign in. We're either gonna have to have a resolution or some kind of, somewhere ordinance recognizing that street. They're not gonna be able to enforce it just because we threw a sign.
Okay, do you want to
So
check?
we need to review that, the process now that we're a city. In the past, it was a speed study.
Yep.
And a resolution.
You want to check with Bob, since he's not here? All right.
My
Motion.
2 cents to
Okay,
your.
motion carries. All right. Letter D, discuss approve, disapprove hiring snowplow drivers for 25-26 season. We have a list. They all said yes. Okay. The list includes Zach Good, Bill Fadden, Al, Bob, Mark, all veterans. Please, gentlemen, easy on the mailboxes. Just do a good job, but. And then possible alternative, Jeff Craig. So hopefully we get the new plow truck by November, so. End of November.
That was one of my questions. So a new plow truck gets here, how's the plowing lineup?
Well, that will give Zach, go ahead. I'll let you
Yes,
on that.
ideally, I think we should be staffing about 9 to 10 individuals. Women.
So if you staff all those vehicles, what is the timeline on plowing the road, getting all the roads plowed in the city of Baldwin?
Is that about 7-8 hours?
7 to 10, depending on snow.
So we'll have four plow trucks if the new one's here, 2 1-tons, and then we have one front end loader with the
Right.
attachment.
So currently, how many drivers would you have out going, for sure going out? 7? Okay.
And we only got 6. All possible alternative. So you only got 5 drivers.
So you need to look for another.
Yeah, what about Lou? Okay.
I'd say get the
Post
ones
it.
on board,
Yeah.
and then we'll hire somebody else later on. But, maybe put out some advertising on the website about that,
Agree.
so. What are we paying the starting driver at this point?
Is it 23?
I would have to.
Depending on the license, I know, depending on the expertise, it goes as high
It's
as.
class A, class C, it's
Yep.
a different wage scale, yes. So, I'm just trying to determine I know that, some other municipalities pay more for that, so I just wanted to double check, so. But I'll make a motion to hire that current list, though,
Question?
At this point, do you want it in a newspaper or just on our website?
just on the website. We got a couple months yet, so.
So make, of two separate motions. One to hire the snowplow drivers. So all in favor, or Scott made the motion, I'll second it. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next motion is to have advertisement on the website only to get additional plow drivers or alternatives.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, I'll second that. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right, moving on, letter E. Discuss approved City of Baldwin snowplow and ice control operations policy. Did everybody get a chance to look at it? I know we kind of tweaked it last year with the attorney, so to me, I don't know, Joan, do you got, in case other board members wanted to look at it?
I looked at it, but it was last week, so.
Okay.
It hasn't significantly changed from last year, correct? I'll make a motion to approve
Okay.
the snowplow and ice control operation
Okay,
policy.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Okay, letter F, discuss approve, disapprove failed driveway inspection. This one came through an email, a resident off of Hunter Street. Okay. If you want to, well, we closed the public, but go, I'll give you a few minutes.
I just wanna know, I didn't get the thing saying you had to have it paved. I have no problem paving it. I don't know if I wanna pave it. Or up next this spring. I hold off on paving it.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if we have a road workshop to discuss this tomorrow on 100th and 297th. Right now, I think we have 72 easements to get on both those streets. And right now, I think we're at, is it 30? It's around 30. So I don't, for me, sir, I don't think it's gonna get done.
Okay, well, then, that's no problem.
So, I mean, even if it, for some, like, gets done, because we invested a lot of engineering in this project, back in 2012 and now this past year, I think what will happen is, even if you did get it paved, they usually replace what they take out, if I'm not mistaken, on the roads.
Yeah, but I'm.
So,
I see his point, that if we're gonna do any work on that road, why, and when we do come through, we will put the aprons back to the right of way.
yeah.
So he's saying, why am I gonna waste my resources and my energy and my money right now for something that's gonna get ripped out?
Mhm.
Okay, and you're saying that you don't know if the project can happen. We don't have that answer yet. We can't definitively say if the
No.
project is happening or not.
Road workshop.
But I would agree with the property owner that it would be ridiculous to put this in. The intent was, on the new platted roads that we were going for this. Because there are many properties on these old collector streets that the apron is not paved to the right of way.
Yep, I know.
It's not in a subdivision where, we needed to have it paved all, where it was in the covenants that we're gonna pave all the way to the garage, to the garage apron. You know,
Yep. But hold on, Jeff, there was a motion made back in, April, was it 2023, right?
Yeah.
That any additional development or additional second driveways were gonna be paved. That was unanimous
But
decision,
we're
so
also here with the hardship that we're looking at ripping that road up.
Mr. Deputy Mayor, can I ask the gentleman a
Yeah,
question?
go ahead.
So you're concerned, you just don't want to pave it if it's gonna get torn out again?
Except I didn't pave it.
Yeah, okay, and that's your only
Yeah.
no issue,
The
okay.
wire, they're not paving it. That's much.
So, I mean, we'll know more tomorrow.
I'd say we table this up until after your meeting tomorrow and then talk about it at the next October 20th, is it?
Yep.
He's not gonna get it paved this winter. So let's just table it and wait till, later on with that one. We just hold off on any other, any enforcement issue with this. That's what I'd say, but let's just table it till October 20th, if that's okay.
Okay, is that a motion?
I'll make a motion to table it till October 20th when the full city council's here too. So.
Okay.
Second that.
All right, I have a motion and a second to go ahead and table this to October 20th. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Motion carries. Again, if you want to come, got nothing else to do tomorrow
I
night?
just wanna know if I can
Okay,
do it or not.
well, it'll be interesting, if you know, 100th and 297th.
Find out.
We'll know more tomorrow.
Yeah, with our engineers. All right, table items, discuss approve temporary no parking sign, quote, Jay Swanson. Well, since
What was
he's
the
not
quote-
here,
What was the quote for? What was the price? You know what it's about, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the signs, and I know they were,
What was the cost?
yeah, M&R signs. Joan, you got that? You want to put it up there so I don't have to? We got 2 M&R signs and Jellyfish Graphics, and then I think it was no parking this side of the street was added. I think it before this said no parking, if I remember right.
Yep.
So you see the prices there.
$25. And what's Jellyfish? 22?
22.
So we can get Jellyfish, we'll do it for $22. The top one, was there a discount with more than?
Yeah, I think the other one was
Yeah.
24.45.
We're not gonna get 25 of them, so.
That's the price.
For 25?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you got to get 25 of them, yeah.
yeah, what,
I think we
Oh,
need that.
yeah, we just need a couple, so 22 each though, right? Then we don't have to order 25. Can you go up to the other one, please?
Or 45.
For 1 to 4 signs is 24, yeah. I make a motion to, how many signs should we get?
Zach, do you know?
8, 10, 12.
Last time you guys were discussing this, the engineer.
I would say 10.
Yeah,
I say 10
let's go 10.
Okay.
to start that. So, for Jelly.
You
So-
have that motion?
I will make, yes, I will make a motion to get 10 signs reflective, this one right here, from Jellyfish Graphics.
For,
This one, yep.
for $22 a sign?
Yep.
I'll second that.
Okay, have a second? Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right. Yep, under table items, letter B, discuss, approve, disapprove Zinnerman and Princeton Today newspaper insert.
Everybody has this insert or this sheet here. You kind of seen from the last meeting, the
Sorry.
insert that they had.
Deputy Mayor, I think we should table this till we have a full city council to,
Okay, is that October 6th meeting?
yeah.
Yeah, motion table October 6th then?
I'll second.
Okay. I have a motion, a second to table this with full council on October 6th. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right. New business. Acknowledge, letter A, acknowledge donation of Baldwin Fire Relief from Fire Equipment Specialties for $365 and twice new clothing and treasurers for $5,000. Mr. Case.
Yeah, wanted to acknowledge, FES, which is Fire Equipment Specialties, donated $365 for the, fire dance. Twice New Clothing, is donating $5,000 towards the purchase of a Lucas automatic, pump for cardiac arrests. They cost approximately $20,000. We're getting other sources, but we really want to say thank you to Twice New for the donation, and in the process, we've had a number of cardiac arrests this year, probably like 6 or 7 that we've had to work on them, and it takes a while for the ambulance to get there with their Lucas, so we would, we're looking to get one, so we have one on scene immediately. So that's just acknowledgement.
All right. Thank you for sharing. All right, letter B, discuss, approve estimate for custom cap and fire for $2,065.68.
Engine 3 needs new tires before winter,
Okay.
or we're gonna slide off the road, they're getting pretty bad. So, this is for them to come in and do all of it, and, for $2,065.68.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Okay. Have a, when would they start? Can they get in or?
I
Fairly
will
quick?
pass this along to the apparatus person, and I would assume
Okay.
it would be within the next couple of weeks.
Okay. I have a motion, a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, letter C, discuss, approve, request for proposals for Young Park parking lot. I need to table this because I haven't had a chance to review it, so that's on me. So if we can table this to October 6th. Sorry, Jones, there'll be several table items, but.
I'll second that.
Okay. I have a motion, a second to table this to October 6th. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's make a note here. All right, letter D, discuss, approve City of Baldwin credit card policy. You know what this one's about?
So basically, we had a policy, but it was all, we just updated it with the city of Baldwin, and it's the exact same as,
It's just,
The
it's
name
just
change?
changing the name?
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the, updated policy.
They just wanted it presented to the city
Yep.
council.
To the Bank?
No, it says credit card policy.
Yeah, it's for all the.
It just said
we have a US
township,
Bank
now
one,
we're
too.
changing
Oh,
city.
okay.
City of Baldwin.
Oh, I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion, a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Letter E, discuss, approve, disapprove resolution 2523, preliminary levy, Jay Swanson. So this was discussed at our budget workshop back, was it last week already, right?
Yeah.
I lose track, sorry. September 15th, so many meetings, I lose track. So this what came in at a little over $2 million. We went through it with Ellers. And it's 15% increase right now, but I know that Mr. Holm, you oppose this. I know we need to cut this down as well. I think Mr. Walker's the same. I think everybody's the same. This is just getting us out and we're gonna.
It's a preliminary one. We will cut it down in the truth and taxation hearing before we
Yeah.
adopt the final budget. It's just a preliminary one.
Yep. So with that, and then we knowing that, we got to schedule that with,
Schedule another budget meeting. I was gonna put that on the October 6th.
okay. So then we can go over it and give our final
We
increase.
need this for the county, correct?
By the end of September, this one,
Yeah,
yes.
we need to pass
Preliminary
this
ones,
one.
yeah. So for the residents, this isn't official.
I'll make a motion to approve, excuse me, resolution 2523, the preliminary 2026 levy.
Okay, do I have a second? Okay, I have a motion, a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. And then Joan, add that to October 6th to meeting so we can schedule a budget meeting to reduce this number. Thank you. See, we added one item, letter F, disapprove, or excuse me, discuss, disapprove, approved turnout gear. It was $8,000. Is that true?
It's $8,723.39 for 2 sets of full turnout gear from FES, who gave us the donation a little earlier. For, I believe, let's see, it's for one firefighter who did not get turnout last year, he got hired last year, and one that just is coming off probation.
Okay.
So, it's, yeah,
It's in the budget, so,
yeah, it's for John Neal and, Brent Strand.
okay.
And that's a suit? Oh.
Two sets of turnout gear.
Yeah,
Oh,
full
okay.
turnout, yeah, 2 sets. Yeah, their turnouts cost about $4,000 a piece now, so they're not cheap.
I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve 2 turnout gears for a little over 8,700. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right, announcements, like I mentioned earlier, big meeting tomorrow night. I think we have like 10 items on there. So, discuss engineering in our roads and future projects and the current projects we're trying to get done there. 7 PM, next city council meeting is October 6th at 7 PM. Any other business?
On Friday, I'd need to leave a little bit earlier for Grandparents' Day, probably 9 o'clock. And then did you want to discuss Fun Fest labor?
Oh, yes, thank you for reminding me. So, Fun Fest, we had some employees who showed up. I imagine this, I just want to ask, in the past, it's been coming out of the general fund for wages, not out of the Fun Fest fund, so I just wanted to clarify that. Come out, Roy, easy now. We'll do my Lee Corso, not so fast. So, yeah. So I just wanted you guys to know that. For 3 employees, so,
So that is something going forward we will not.
yeah, yep. All right. Other than that, bills for payment. Jeff? Al, you gotta come over here,
I think, yeah.
so I can,
Sure.
yep, get it going. It doesn't matter to me. Is he gonna be in tomorrow to sign it, or is he,
So otherwise, I have a bunch of. Is
okay? He's sick.
that okay with you?
Yeah, if he's gonna be in tomorrow, if he can just sign. Yeah, I know if one of my coworkers has got it. Under the weather, yeah.
Probably at that jazz barbecue Saturday. Right. Turn horse. Oh, it is, side by side.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Here, this is his, so you can hold it.
I don't know if you guys seen that.
See ya,
email.
Coop.
I don't know if you guys seen that stuff from the.
Do I want to?
Well, they apparently didn't send us the invoice.
Oh, yes, I read that.
So the engineering is,
Do we need to ask him tomorrow?
well, I mean, it doesn't matter that we owe it to them, but somebody at Hutchinson emailed Shane and asked why we didn't pay for May and June. Well, we can't pay it if we didn't get it.
Yeah.
You wanna sign this?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I gotta sign these, Jesus. Christ. Double check, Craig. No, I'm just used to initialing, sorry. Did I miss any others?
No, I mean, these are just initials.
Okay, sorry. Get my head out
This
of
will be
my,
a long day.
you know what? Yeah, I seen that. Yep. How's it going? Yes.
All meetings are.
Yeah,
In the case of
I-
employee review and employee.
Yeah, I imagine tomorrow's meeting would be about at least 2 hours.
I want you to know your terminology.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be changed. The whole traditional.
Oh, no.
2018, a man's journey.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Jeez.
So stressful.
I bet. 7 years.
You know, if tomorrow's was open, I would come and shed my stress just by listening here. To get my mind off.
Well, I'm sorry.
I know, that's what I brought up.
7 long
I
years.
just went to the website one day, and I was looking at it.
Behind the other first.
I was looking for the test scores.
Planet?
And then I saw this attendance rate was like 60-something. That doesn't make sense. It's probably from COVID.
Now we're on a new trial.
Used to have truth.
That's insane. Every time you get it.
The kids aren't going to the school.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that's terrible. Jeez. Yeah, I hope.
Anybody that says handcuffs on, ropes.
Yeah.
But I probably get it, I'll be here till like-
Okay.
I don't get back on St. Cloud.
That's when it, okay. Well, again, my condolences, I'm sorry. Yeah. Fax in and all of it.
What's the lowest gonna be here? Raspberries run really good.
Yeah.
Oh, you must be gone. Send Cindy over there.
The other thing is like the whole educational platform is gonna be changed. I mean, if you lock into that traditional. With AI and everything else, it's like, this has been, you know what I mean? There's gonna be, I would think, like, there's different platforms, like, where it shifts. People wanna go to private schools, homeschool.
Okay, I got a little bit more. I gotta do this quickly to get out of here 8:30 because 50 minutes was the school board, right, Al? 45, 50 minutes, school board?
Jay actually
And he,
said, you know, I can schedule a tomorrow.
You know, it's like, no, focus on that.
Big presentation.
yeah.
10 to 15 minutes.
So, I'm a veteran.
76,000.
Walk into the end of the tech world. It's like, it's been the same for like.
Holy.
It's all the same, even the like.
June crack filling. Can you save this for tomorrow? I want to go over this invoice tomorrow.
Right. So it's like.
So this is their amount. This is the total.
And then the asbestos. Like, you still got an asbestos.
And this all totals 70,000?
So then if you,
It's like, what?
I mean, each of
That's
them
like,
has.
that's one of those things that.
Okay.
Oh, you got asbestos, you got asbestos,
Oh, I was like, then so like, we're not gonna watch it. You know what I mean?
No, it's their responsibility.
No.
What, another one? Oh, that's Rum River. Rum River Contracting. No. Yeah.
You drive the 69? Yeah, but you should be able to get, you should be able to pass it.
Yeah. That one? Yeah. Yep.
Everybody's got diabetes.
Jeff, did you see this? Jeff, did you see this bill? Hawkinson? 76,000? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna discuss this at tomorrow's, workshop.
It's pretty common.
Well, no, I'm gonna approve it. I'm just saying. 20,000, crack filling. How many, May crack filling? Crack filling, June. $20,000 for 100. Lot thing, 100th Street. Hey, Scott, did you see Hawkinson? Did you see Hawkinson? This one? It's heavy. It's heavy. I'm discussing it at the road workshop. 76,000.
For what month? What month?
May, June, and July.
May, June.
May, June, July.
May, June, July. That'll put us well over, yeah.
I'm ready when you are.
Yep. All right, everyone, if you could please, we need to, say the bills for payment here.
Check number 28903 to 28935 for $251,463.20. 3 EFT payments for $4,727.58 for a total of $256,190.78.
I'll make a motion to approve.
One of you. I'll make the motion to approve. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
You'll second it.
I second it, sorry. It's been a long day. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Oh, there we go. That's right. That's a Kodak moment right there. I have a motion, a second to adjourn at 8:32. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.